Under the shade of the Bodhi tree, Buddha gazed at his disciples. His presence serene and unwaveringly calm. Right effort begins with intention, Buddha spoke gently, his words resonating like ripples across still waters of the disciples' minds. Each intention is a seed, Buddha continued, planted in the fertile soil of your mind, waiting to be nurtured with care. One disciple asked, "Master, how do we recognize the seeds worthy of nurturing and those requiring removal?" Buddha replied, "Weeds are the thoughts rooted in greed, anger, and delusion, draining the mind of clarity and compassion. Examine the nature of your thoughts," Buddha said, "and uproot those that lead to suffering and harm without hesitation." Another disciple, hesitant, questioned, "Master, how can we distinguish between effort that is wholesome and effort that causes exhaustion?" Buddha's eyes softened. Right effort is neither a struggle nor laziness. It flows like water shaping the earth patiently. The disciples listened intently as Buddha continued, "Balance is key. Effort must rise neither too steep nor sink into inactivity." Buddha gestured to the birds nearby. "Observe them. They gather food, yet rest peacefully, balancing effort with ease. They neither fret about their tasks nor hoard unnecessarily," Buddha said. Effort becomes right when guided by moderation and purpose. A disciple named Ananda asked, "Master, how do we preserve this balance when faced with life's distractions and temptations?" Buddha spoke, "Mindfulness is the guard. It watches over thoughts, actions, guiding the mind to remain focused and intentional. Daily distractions test your resolve," Buddha said, "but mindfulness restores the focus, steering the effort gently back to virtue." Buddha's voice deepened with wisdom. Effort is like sunlight on seeds. It awakens potential without forcing growth beyond its natural pace. The disciples absorbed Buddha's wisdom, their hearts open, intentions steady, seeking the path guided by his words of clarity. Ananda asked again, "How should we apply this effort in our daily interactions with others?" Buddha responded, "Effort is extended not only inwardly but outwardly. It is compassionate action woven into every thread of life. A farmer who tilts the soil gently allows plants to grow," Buddha said. "Effort must be deliberate yet gentle and loving. Compassion fuels right effort," Buddha explained. Without compassion, effort may transform into ego, detachment from the true path of enlightenment. Another disciple added, "Master, is this why intentions must be pure, free from selfishness and vanity?" Buddha nodded. Pure intentions illuminate the heart, while impurity shadows it, preventing growth of wisdom and connection to universal truths. Buddha's words settled deeply into disciples' minds, as he observed their hearts resonating with awakened understanding and intention. Buddha gestured to the roots of the Bodhi tree. Roots remind us effort must be grounded, not superficial nor fleeting. Allow roots of effort to dig deeply, Buddha explained. Connected to compassion, as effort flourishes from grounding in universal truths. Another disciple asked thoughtfully, "What happens if our effort falters and our minds sway from intentions?" Buddha replied, "Failure is the teacher, reminding us effort's path is steady, returning to intentions without judgment nor despair. As roots regrow after storms," Buddha said, effort rebounds, strengthened by lessons learned through humility and perseverance. Buddha paused before concluding, "Effort blossoms into transformation, not only individually but for all beings surrounding us. Right effort's fruition is for harmony." Buddha whispered gently, his voice radiant with wisdom, uniting compassion and clarity in every action. Silence enveloped the gathering as disciples sat quietly under the tree, absorbing the Buddha's teachings into their hearts and intentions. Buddha's gaze lingered over his disciples, their understanding and resolve radiating as seeds awaiting growth through effort and mindfulness. Another day, The Buddha and his disciples walked to a nearby village. Greeted by golden fields glistening under the morning sun, the villagers surrounded the Buddha. Seeking wisdom, a struggling farmer approached, his face wearied by toil and worry. "Master," the farmer said, "I work tirelessly, but my harvest remains poor. My efforts seem in vain. Please guide me." The Buddha observed him thoughtfully. "Friend, effort without wisdom is like sowing seeds on barren ground, yielding nothing despite endless labor." The farmer replied, "I do not understand. Is hard work not enough to ensure success?" Buddha explained, "Hard work alone is not enough. True effort harmonizes wisdom, mindfulness, and understanding with the toil of action." The disciples listened intently as the Buddha continued. Effort without clear purpose is wandering aimlessly, leading to exhaustion without the joy of progress. One disciple asked, "Master, how do we combine effort with wisdom to avoid the suffering of futile labor?" The Buddha spoke, "First, understand the conditions. Know the nature of the field or the mind before applying effort. Life's transitions are a mirror," he said. "They reflect not only who we are but who we might become." Another disciple asked, "What if distractions overwhelm the mind, preventing clarity and wisdom from guiding effort?" Buddha replied, "Mindfulness is the anchor amidst distractions. It holds focus steady, like a farmer steadies the plow in uneven terrain." The Buddha continued, "Effort guided by mindfulness strengthens resolve, even in the face of challenges, ensuring growth and transformation." The farmer hesitated and asked, "Master, can my intentions outweigh my shortcomings? My efforts falter because I lack knowledge and doubt myself." Buddha smiled warmly, "Friend, intentions shape effort. Pure intentions illuminate the path, transforming shortcomings into opportunities for growth. Trust the process," Buddha advised. "As seeds take time to grow, persevere, mindful and patient, and the harvest will come." A disciple asked, "Master, how do we navigate doubt, which weakens effort and clouds our intentions?" The Buddha spoke, "Doubt is a shadow cast by ignorance and fear. Shine the light of understanding, and doubt will dissolve. Seek guidance, reflect, and learn." Buddha continued, transforming doubt into the fuel that propels effort forward with renewed clarity. Another disciple remarked, "Master, sometimes effort feels overwhelming, like climbing a mountain with no summit in sight. How do we persist?" The Buddha replied, "Divide the mountain into steps. Focus on each step, not the summit, and effort becomes manageable and steady." The disciples nodded, understanding the wisdom of incremental progress, fueled by mindfulness and the clarity of their intentions. The farmer asked again, "Master, what if I fail despite my best efforts? How should I respond to failure?" Buddha replied, "Failure teaches resilience. View it not as defeat but as a teacher revealing lessons hidden within struggle." He added, "Every failure carries the seed of wisdom. Cultivate it with humility, transforming obstacles into stepping stones on the path." "Consider the bamboo," he continued, his gaze fixed upon a nearby grove swaying gracefully in the wind. "It bends, but it does not break." His words carried wisdom that reached deep into the hearts of his disciples, guiding their focus inward. A farmer who had been displaced by a flood approached the Buddha, his face lined with despair. "Master," he said, his voice breaking, "the waters have taken my fields, my home, my livelihood." The Buddha concluded, "Right effort aligns intention, wisdom, and action, planting seeds of transformation that flourish into harmony and interconnectedness." The gathering dispersed, each individual reflecting on the teachings, prepared to embrace effort as a path to growth and enlightenment. Another day, the disciples gathered under the Bodhi tree as the Buddha sat peacefully, his presence radiating wisdom and serenity. Buddha spoke, The fruits of right effort are the harvest of transformation, offering nourishment to oneself and all beings alike. Ananda asked, Master, how do we recognize the moment when our efforts blossom into transformation and benefit the world? Buddha replied, transformation arises when compassion guides effort, allowing it to extend beyond personal gain toward the service of others. Effort rooted in selfishness, Buddha continued, remains trapped within the self, while selfless effort flows outward, enriching the interconnected web of life. The disciples listened as Buddha gestured to the branches of the tree. A tree gives shade and fruit, never claiming them. Be like the tree, Buddha advised, sharing the fruits of your efforts freely, without attachment or expectation of reward. Another disciple asked, Master, how can we cultivate the strength to sustain such selfless effort without faltering? Buddha spoke, selfless effort draws strength from humility and gratitude, acknowledging the interdependence that sustains all beings on the path. Understand, Buddha added, that effort is not yours alone. It is supported by others, the environment, and the universal truths. The disciples nodded, reflecting on the interconnected nature of their lives and the role of effort in fostering harmony. Buddha gestured to the river nearby. Observe how water flows, adapting to obstacles, yet persistently nourishing the land. Effort must adapt, Buddha explained, transforming challenges into opportunities, while maintaining the essence of compassion and mindfulness. Ananda asked, Master, how do we share the fruits of transformation with those who resist or reject them? Buddha replied, effort must be gentle, like the sun warming the earth, never forcing but offering its light unconditionally. Patience is essential, Buddha continued, allowing others to open their hearts in their own time without coercion or judgment. Another disciple asked, Master, what if our efforts to transform the world are met with hostility or misunderstanding? Buddha spoke, hostility tests the resilience of right effort. Respond with compassion, turning opposition into a catalyst for deeper understanding. I am alone, with no one to guide me, no place to belong. Her eyes mirrored the vast emptiness she felt, searching the Buddha's gaze for solace. Buddha gestured toward the distant horizon. The path of right effort is not a straight line but a journey of constant learning and adaptation. Each step, Buddha continued, adds to the harvest of transformation, creating ripples of harmony that reach far beyond the individual. Ananda asked, Master, what if we feel unworthy of the fruits of our efforts, doubting our ability to transform the world? Buddha replied, doubt clouds the mind but does not diminish worth. Trust the intentions guiding your effort, and the fruits will follow. Buddha added, transformation is not about perfection but progress, rooted in humility and the recognition of shared humanity. Another disciple asked, Master, how do we maintain the joy of effort amidst difficulties and sacrifices? Buddha smiled. Joy arises from knowing effort aligns with truth and compassion, nourishing not only yourself but the lives it touches. The child's trembling eased as the Buddha's words embraced her, their meaning sinking deep into her heart. The storm continued to rage, yet the disciples stood resilient, their spirits buoyed by the Buddha's teachings. Buddha concluded, the fruits of right effort are not for the self alone but for the benefit of all beings. Everywhere, share your harvest, Buddha advised, living as an example of compassion, humility, and interconnectedness that inspires others to walk the path. Bend like the bamboo, sway with life's tempests, and you will endure. His gaze swept across the clearing, each disciple feeling the strength of his words within their own struggle. He told the story of Mara, who had come to test him beneath the Bodhi tree. Mara whispered doubt and fear. Seeking to shatter my resolve, he recounted. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.